So before I begin the review here, a little disclaimer. JohnnyBoy11, who is now in the Discord, mind you, so if you want to actually join us and talk with the author himself, pin link down below, has stated that he is going to be rewriting the story. And who knows, maybe he will take my suggestions and will make the appropriate changes and things that actually kind of somewhat make sense in the future. Because he did make some cardinal sins when doing this story. Cardinal sins that all Shield Hero stories make, and we will get into in this video. But once the changes are done, we will be doing a comparing and contrasting between the rewrite and the current and the old version. Do know that this story apparently was made well early on into his fan fiction writing, and like I said before, we will be taking a look at both things once the rewrite process begins for the first 3 chapters. Because there are only 3 chapters, this motherfucker. Anyway, with that out of the way, play that intro! Hello ladies and gentlemen, as always I'm your host, Airsoft Al, and welcome to a Halo and Shield Hero crossover fanfiction review. Understand now, this is actually, to my knowledge and from my research, this is only one of this type of crossover. In fact, Shield Hero rarely even has anything related to military. I'm not joking on that. It doesn't have anything related to military mostly. Besides my fanfiction and 2 other soldier fanfictions, there is no other fanfiction with soldiers or guns or even anything of that nature. I mean, we have one where Momonga from Overlord is transported to Shield Hero. We will take a look at that in the future, I promise. And even then, that one I think is dead or on hiatus. I don't know which. But what I do know, ladies and gentlemen, is that this story actually does have promise. And JohnnyBoy11, let's get into your story. Rise of a Noble Knight. And just see what can be improved on this. So the story actually starts out not where many other fanfictions begin, with Shield Hero at the summoning. No, this starts at the first fucking wave, ladies and gentlemen. And Noble, of course, Noble 6, after the events of Halo Reach, is in the village as zombies and undead bastards are attacking. And let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, that is already kind of fun. With him, of course, doing his thing and all that, we come to the first cardinal sin, and something 6 would have actually done. I don't know about you, but I don't know why nobody takes out the Knight Commander. Here's the thing. Noble 6 is a Spartan, but most of all is a soldier and an officer. Under UNSC regulations, and yes, I did actually do a little bit of research into this and start asking around, apparently, on the battlefield, if you come under friendly fire and the person knowingly attacks you and conducts a blue-on-blue situation, knowingly and willingly, they are to be removed from their position and placed under arrest. However, in a battlefield situation, there may be another blue-on-blue instance where the person who conducted the blue-on-blue instance may be dead because of the blue-on-blue instance. Meaning that Noble 6 could have very well put a bullet in the son of a bitch and dropped him. I'm not joking on that. He could have done that, and knowing Spartans and how much they conduct themselves and the military regulations and certain things, especially Noble 6, being who he is, would have damn well shot the son of a bitch.
You damn straight!
So yeah, already there's problem number one that I have with it. But again, this was written early on, so hopefully he'll make the correction in the future. And having the the Knight Commander removed from the picture removes one less fanatical son of a bitch. Moving on, of course, to the aftermath of the wave, where 6 starts seeing some problems here, and already problem number 2 comes up. Again, looking at this from a military point of view. At this point in time, Noble 6 starts seeing things the way they are. He is in a corrupt country ruled by a absolute authoritarian monarchy. Ones which he himself has probably removed, disabled, or even outright assassinated with his time in the UNSC, considering Noble 6 is a assassin, or at least a wet worker, black ops, the kind of person you send in to make people disappear, or you make a problem go away.
Are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Once everything is said and done, with, of course, the communication between Naofumi and the king, 6 immediately steps up as the good man he is, and of course the Spartan that he is, steps up and immediately declares that he will be working with the Shield Hero to determine whether or not everything that is said about him is correct. And so far, all the evidence is pointing to the contrary, and the fact that the king and the princess are obviously abusing their power and are basically being dictators. Now, here's where things come up, because as soon as 6 tries to get him and Naofumi and Raptalia out of Melromarc, the knights and everything immediately becomes hostile, and this is where the cardinal sin comes in and where he could have deviated. Again, I'm looking at this from a military point of view. I'm looking at this from a point of view of 6 is now, 6 or any military officer, mind you, or any military-minded man, is in a hostile environment. They are surrounded by hostiles, and they need to make a hot exfil. By that point in time, bullets will be flying. And I don't care how many of you go like, oh no, they wouldn't. Motherfucker, I've talked with actual soldiers about this shit. I've talked with veterans even, and when I told them about the scene, if they were in the Shield Hero's place, they said, well, number one, I'd be immediately making my ass to the friendliest nation I could. And another one would be information gathering. Once they find out about, of course, Schildwelt, or Schildfrieden, they'd be immediately making a beeline to it. And I mean 6 would be making a beeline to those two nations because those are friendly to the Shield Hero. At which point in time, I could see him, you know, once he has the Shield Hero in a friendly nation, going back and doing what he was trained to do as a wet works operator, as someone who does Black Ops operations, would be destabling Melromarc and immediately preparing to remove the king and the bitch daughter, which would be easy because I know a lot of you are saying, oh, you know, all he's got to do is pop 2 in the head, 2 in the chest, 1 in the head. As much as I want to say that's easy, no, it's more of he has to destabilize the entire region, ignite freaking revolution, civil war even. So, while yes, he's good at that and can do that, he then has to contend with the other heroes, at which point in time, it's more of how can he either convince them what he's doing is what he was trained to do, and what he does is the core value of the UNSC and the UEG, the United Earth Government, as well as what Oni trained him to do, or outright kill them, which would probably be the immediate second option if they prove to be uncooperative. And knowing the Spear Hero, he's going to be getting a magnum round to the head.
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Now again, this is something I'm going to be getting more in depth of as we go along in the story, but by Chapter 2, or at least the end of Chapter 2, 6 immediately, the duel happens. 6 is in full cloak with a freaking sniper rifle aimed right at the fucking princess's head, and number 3, mistake. Once the princess, because he threatened to kill them, he threatened to remove them, and as soon as the princess cheated by using the wind magic, I'm sorry, by that point in time, she has shown that she is a hostile element and cannot be allowed to live. Again, I'm simply looking at this from the operator's point of view. 6 is a trained assassin, a Black Ops operator. He sees a threat. He knows that this person is going to be a constant threat.
There! I took the fucking shot! She's dead! There's blood everywhere!
By this point in time, all bets are off, and a bullet is going through the chest, or in the head. Granted, he is firing a Halo sniper rifle, which... Would you like to know the caliber of a Halo sniper rifle? According once again to the Halo Encyclopedia hardback copy, the caliber of the Halo sniper rifle, or the 99D-S2 sniper rifle, the flagpole, Eye of God, cherry picker, mister, and trunk, is a 14.5 by 114 millimeter APFSDS armor-piercing, fin-stabilizing, discarding sabot.
Seriously?
What?
I just heard you get hard.
For those of you who know your calibers, go ahead and put that into your little conversion and let people know in the comments section what kind of caliber the sniper rifle is. But for those of you who are wondering, that is basically an anti-materia rifle. That is basically anti-fucking armor. And if you've ever played multiplayer and you've used the sniper rifle against vehicles, you know damn well the damage the damn thing can do. So I'm sorry, go ahead and aim for the chest, center fucking mass, and make a good size, fist-size hole into the bitch's chest cavity, where her heart, her lungs, and everything else that was right there, including some of her spine, was at. Now I know what you're saying, but he couldn't do that, he shouldn't do that. Who will be the villain? You do know the church is the villains, right? You do know the fanatics under them are the villains, right? To all you fanfiction authors out there who are doing Shield Hero fanfictions, you have more villains to choose from. You have more options to choose from besides the anime core cast. The manga and light novel shows them, as well as the fucking Wikipedia. So I am sorry, but there are more villains in the story. There are more villains in the world. And if you have to, you can make some fucking fanatics. You can have freaking red shirt fanatics or cultists a la Blood.
Maranax, Palex, Maranax and Firmux, Crudux Cruo, Volax Esco Marana, Geroshe Cruo.
That you can use. Quit being fucking lazy.
Of course!
However, Johnny Boy is not lazy, in the fact of that he uses the threats, and even, of course, the Spear Hero, and everyone else knowing that he's a fucking Spartan, Spear Hero knows Spartans, and I can only assume that, well, the Spear Hero, I can only assume that the Bow and Sword Hero also know what Spartans are also, so Halo Universe confirmed in their worlds as video games. Moving on. So the day of course, recuperation comes around, where they get money, and the king tries to cheat them out of the fucking cash.
Excuse me, what?
Motherfucker, did you not learn your fucking lesson? You do not fuck with Noble Six. You don't. And the best damn part about it is that he pulls a mafia, essentially. He pulls a little bit of a mafia shakedown on the son of a bitch. That's a nice castle you got here, your highness. Be a shame if someone was to come in here and mess it up, you know? Be a real shame. Just saying. Just saying.
Just take all my money! Oh, not this soon! Not this soon!
The mafia-style shakedown out the fucking window, and of course done, we then get the fuck out. And 6 comes to the armorer, of course, instead of, oh, I don't know, talking about getting information of where the nearest friendly nation is, and where the nearest Shield Hero friendly nation is, which, you have a choice. You can either go with the religious fanatics, who literally will want to jump the Shield Hero's bones and bear the holy seed, or go to the Republic. A literal democratic elected republic. Or both. Just saying, you know, you got two options here. You have religious fanatics who will pull a fucking Al-Qaeda and literally go Allah Akbar, or my bad, freaking Allah Shield Hero, where it's like, Shield Hero is great, and then freaking blow themselves up in fucking suicide bombers. Or you can go with the Republic. and have them help you out financially, militarily. You know, you can build up a volunteer force, come back and basically raise Melromarc to the fucking ground, go to war. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, you have two shield hero-friendly nations who would benefit from technological advancement, and when you have Noble Six here who literally can tell them, oh yeah, how about AK-47s? You know, I can teach you how to make bullets, I can teach you how to do this, because again, Spartans are... I've gone over this several times in other Halo reviews. I'm not going to retread the same ground. You know about the Spartans, you know their mental capabilities, you know who they are, you know the fact they're the next step in human evolution. Moving on. So, yeah, they go to the armorer from Shield Hero, who is actually a pretty cool dude, pretty chill guy, actually kind of nice. And Six apparently gets a sword that only reveals itself to those who have seen war and destruction. Not ominous at all. And they hear voices. He sees things, apparently. I don't really fucking know, but all I do know is that apparently as he starts walking down and, you know, starts going on, so he gets attacked by a fucking cultist. Yeah, apparently this cultist is wearing fucking claws and says, the wolf shall not kill her master, and I'm confused as hell, and so is Six, and the only thing I can say is, motherfucking, what? Somebody give me some goddamn answers.
Explain! Explain! Explain!
Would if I could, Dalek. Would if I could. After dealing with the cultist, of course, Six picks up a new friend, and is a little cat girl, and is known as, Carmine, I think? Carmine? Well, let me look at the name again, because, again, this, shit, where's my reading glasses? There are my reading glasses. Cammy is her name. Cammy. And, and that's it. That's how the chapter, that's how the 3 chapters end. And I'll be honest, that's honestly kind of cool, in a sense. The story itself does open up a lot of possibilities and ideas that Johnny Boy can explore. And I'm just going to lay this out there. Again, the idea that Halo is involved opens up an avenue of possibilities. Be it Master Chief being one of the heroes, or being a 5th hero, or the UNSC coming above the Shield Hero planet and bringing operations down and siding with the Shield Hero and literally bringing the hurt and the smackdown on the son of a bitch. Or even a fucking gate opening up on a UNSC world, or even a Sangheli world, or better yet, the fucking Arbiter. The Arbiter being summoned as the Sword Hero. That would be amazing, because the Arbiter, for any of you who don't know, is a honorable man, an honorable alien, honorable Sangheli, and literally is atoning for what happened between the humans and Sangheli in the later Halos. Again, a lot of possibilities that can be done there, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Boy 11. And I will say this. Halo is a wonderful tool to explore the worlds out there. Halo is a war-torn world, a war of extinction world, a world that can be rebuilt, a world of perilous dangers. Shield Hero is a great polar opposite of what can be explored. If the UNSC is involved in either Shield Hero or even Re-Zero, or Familiar Zero, I mean, the one where the guy's summoned as a familiar, that opens up a whole lot of possibilities, which is why it works with a lot of fanfictions, or a lot of crossovers. Halo works with Mass Effect because it shows the tonal opposites in terms of technology, how humanity evolves, how to treat war itself, why you shouldn't rely on the same old technology over and over and over again. One of those things. Halo works with Shiro because it shows the total opposites of conflict, where you have optimistic freedom fighters versus battle-hardened, pessimistic veterans who are simply trying to get the war done and not worrying about the consequences. Basically, shoot first, ask questions second. Halo works with so many other crossovers because it shows the tonal opposite between what is presented and what Halo can present. You can argue this in the comments section all you want, whether or not Halo is a good crossover idea for Shield Hero. I want to hear your comment. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments section. And the way Johnny Boy can take the story, he could take it like an actual war arc. He could take the story with Six realizing that Melromarc and the Shield Hero needs to be taken to a friendly nation, number one. Number two, Melromarc needs to be taken down. It needs to burn. Because there is no saving the cancer that has already infected it. The cancer of corruption, religious zealotism, basically the type of xenophobia, of racism, of absolute total dictatorship, authoritarian system that is in place right now in Melromarc. The thing needs to burn. And as much as many of you are going to say, but he can't do that. That means he will have to... Again, that's the point. The point of fanfiction crossovers is to show how the story can be improved, not, oh, follow freaking by the numbers. That is the biggest problem with Shield Hero fanfictions, is that they just follow the same damn plot points over and over and over again, and nothing ever fucking changes. You need to change the plot in order to improve the plot. If Melromarc needs to burn in order to show the world exactly what happens when you push people too far, that needs to happen. If you need to make the Shield Hero be a leader of his own nation and go to war with the people who fucked him over, fucking do that. Again, there are so many ways to improve the story if you're doing a fucking crossover. And Johnny Boy 11, I'm warning you now, don't fall into the same trap everyone else does when doing Shield Hero fanfictions. Improve the story. Actually create something. Actually do something different. And a good example, like I said before, once Six found out that the Shield Hero wasn't going to get a fair leg in anything, bullets should have been flying. He should have shot his way out and immediately evacuated the Shield Hero and Raftalia to either Schildwelt or Schildfrieden, and immediately inform them what happened to, essentially, either their god or their founder of their nations. At which point in time, help them create a better military force to immediately enact revenge on Melromarc.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword. Or manage to depart these men with me.
Go to war with Melromarc.
Peace? Peace. I hate the word.
Peace was never an option.
Not only will this show the Shield Hero that there are nations that are fully behind him, but there are people that will back him up. Again, there is a lot of good character dynamic that can basically pull Naofumi from that whole dark abyss and into the world of the light, and basically show him that there are people out there who will support him. There are people out there who will love him. There are people out there who will fucking want to sleep with him, and there are people out there who will want to follow him to war. That people that are willingly to go to war for him, or frickin' pull a jihad for him. There are so many ways that this can be improved. And as much as I want to say that I'm going to be reviewing another Shield Hero story that actually does follow this somewhat idea, this will have to wait. Because the next story we cover, ladies and gentlemen, is the Halo Mass Effect crossover that I fell in love with by an Australian man who actually might be coming to America in the future. Who knows? But either way, though, thank you all so much for watching. As always, I've been Airsoft Owl, and if you want to check out this story for yourself before it's rewritten, and you want to give your own thoughts on it, and come to the Discord and actually give your thoughts on how the author can improve the story, link down below in the pinned comment to not only the story itself, but also the Discord, which I and many other authors are in. If you want to help support the channel and sponsor reviews, PayPal link down below as well. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Owl, and I will see all you lovely people in the next media reviews. Till next time, later.